Well, there's that too,
Yeah.
but the rate is actually about the same as NSBN has for their camera ops.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, when I've done games for my channel, I offer like 50 a game for the camera ops too. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's the rate
Why
I
not?
go for. I'll make a few extra bucks, and then
And then you're in it for the following years if you want. And, you know, and so because you're play-by-play, I can get you some games on play-by-play if you want to do that instead of the camera. You know.
and I've done both, so I'm known more as a play-by-play guy, but
Yep.
I've run camera before, and like this when I met Kush, and when he set this up, like, well, this will be easy.
Yep.
And
Chris is a good dude.
like I said, the tripod I'll have to do a little bit of work with, but Ashley is like, "Yep, we'll take care." Ashley's like, "We'll take care of the streaming. You don't have to do anything." Like, well,
Yep. She's on the other end. We just.
All right, well, I'll grab a couple of those. Thank you. It's like, well, my job's easy then. I don't have to sit. Just like if you're taking care of it, that's fine. I wasn't expecting like thousands of people to show up and people were like, "Hey, where are the players?" The net, like.
Oh yeah.
I'm so used to doing high school games that kind of have to remind myself it's a little different.
Well, I know we're just a little bit early, but it's day number 1 here at 3M Arena Mariucci on the beautiful campus of University of Minnesota in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our first game, our 8 o'clock game here is Northwood School out of Lake Placid, New York against RNS, Rothsey Netherwood School out of Canada. So we're beginning an international match. Northwood School is head coached by Trevor Gillian, with RNS being head coached by Jordan DeLong. Both these teams were here last year and put on a very good effort. We got 10 teams here this weekend. So we're going to be taking the ice here shortly for a little bit of warm-up, and then we'll get going with the 8 o'clock game here in just a little bit. Northwood has a lot of committed athletes already with them going to school all across everywhere, from RIT to Holy Cross to Boston. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but this weekend should be a great, great time. It is Hockey Day Minnesota weekend, an absolute treasure that we have in the state of Minnesota, with games going on all the way from youth to bantams, all the way up to pros throughout the weekend, with over 1,000 teams taking the ice both inside and outside. This year's Hockey Day Minnesota happening in Shakopee, Minnesota, in the parking lot of Valley Fair. So that should be a good time. Some girls high school hockey happening yesterday out there in the elements. And if you are not in Minnesota here, it is 3 degrees this morning. It's a whopping almost 25 degrees warmer than it has been the last couple days. So it's a heat wave here in Minnesota. As we get ready to take the ice, we'll be right back with you. Northwood against RNS, 8 o'clock start. I've been to a couple of Brian's games here at Ritter.
Yeah, he's because I think he's is he the designated announcer for women's hockey?
Yeah.
Okay, I know he and I both auditioned for the women's basketball PA job.
Yep.
They ended up going with the volleyball guy.
Yeah, and he fills in.
And Brian fills in.
Yep.
I kind of suspected, like, that was going to happen. But when I auditioned, I'm like, well, it depends on who was going for it. So I wasn't upset. Like, oh darn it! It was more like, okay, you're going to gravitate toward people you're familiar with, and I was relatively new. But I made it through a couple of rounds, so that was farther than I thought for someone that had, I think.
Well, they got that new men's volleyball professional league starting up.
Men's? I don't know. I know the high school.
They're going to have like 13 teams, professional teams.
Okay.
I don't think Minnesota's won yet.
No. Well, the high school league, though, you know this is they've added boys volleyball as a sport this year.
Yeah.
So.
Simley's doing it as a club level this year.
Yeah, I think you're going to see it. I think it'll be similar to lacrosse, where.
Here comes Northwood taking the ice to get things started. Lake Placid, New York team. They get the great time of the 8 o'clock a.m. start on a Friday to start out Junior Women's Hockey League festivities here in Minneapolis. There you go, pushing down the nets, getting them set up. Beautiful facility here at Mariucci 3M Arena. I have the honor of working with some great peer colleagues here this weekend, and a man that's going to be working the first few games with me here this morning on the camera side, Mike Pedden. He's a great play-by-play guy who I think you get to hear a couple times here this weekend tomorrow. So he'll be taking the mic over here as I am over at Ritter Arena all day tomorrow. I'll be covering the play-by-play for you all day today. Then we've got Mike Cook from Egan TV who covers local high school teams here on the call for some of them throughout Saturday and Sunday with Mike Pedden. Great personalities here on play-by-play that we have lined up for you for the Minneapolis stop. So hopefully you'll be able to have some fun and enjoy some great commentary as RNS takes the ice. That means we're moments away from the start of the 8 o'clock game. The countdown on the board right now is at 4 minutes and 45 seconds before puck drop.
At least there's one board. Like
they usually turn this one on. I'm sure.
No,
but I mean, well, the bit for the score and the points and all that. But
yeah,
I don't know why it's not turned on to there.
Yeah, just the one down there. Like I don't see another board. Well, everything is tied into video these days.
Have you ever seen these Shaddix teams play from Minnesota?
No. This is all new.
They are.
This is going to be not unlike handball. I did a handball tournament with Jeff Disher.
How would you even do that?
Handball? There was a lot of learning on the fly. So, well, and what they did for handball, when teams were off, they would send a player from one of the teams to join us in the group ball, and those players got me up to speed on basic rules, regulations. So it was just a lot of learning on the fly, a lot of listening. So whenever I had a color guy with, I would be paying attention to terminology, and then during breaks I'd ask questions like, "Oh, what's a wing?" or "What is it?" And it's like any other sport. You just
kind of learn as you go.
And sometimes, yeah.
What Is it a league or something?
It was an amateur handball league. So just, well, it's called. I forget what it's called, but it's an amateur league. So there's a few teams around the country, and they get together. It's kind of a niche sport here. Handball's bigger in Europe and the Asian territories. But in this case, I know the sport. I just haven't done this before, so I'm just going to be I think you and I are going to be guessing with some of the pronunciations.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I sent an email out, like, hey, at least I'll give it a shot. If they get it and send something back, great. If not, well, this is where my high school brain is going. Like,
exactly.
I always send. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, sometimes they get back to you, sometimes they don't. But the lines are something I always ask for because that helps you figure out who's where.
Yeah.
Basketball, you only have to worry about 10 players on any given time. Hockey, you got
30.
Looks like, yeah, you can go 3-4 lines deep with these rosters. And football's surprisingly easy because there's 22 people, but you're only calling like 3, 4, 5 names on offense.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple names on defense.
You got the quarterback, the running back, and your wide receivers,
tight ends,
safeties, maybe.
Yeah, you're not going to really call anybody on the O-line unless they get called for holding.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're up and running.
All right, 45 seconds out. Here we go. Game number 1 of a 3-day weekend here in Minneapolis. Northwood School out of Lake Placid, New York. RNS out of New Brunswick, Canada. Pretty stacked team out of Northwood. Anywhere from graduating seniors this year all the way down to... it looks like sophomores on their team. And then RNS is a little bit lighter on the team, and their depth chart goes a little bit deeper as we bring in some freshmen and sophomores on their team as well. But this is going to be a pretty good game right here for your 8 o'clock game between Northwood and RNS. They're going to clear the ice, pick up the pucks, and we're going to get going with the 8 o'clock game. We hope you enjoy the festivities here today throughout the afternoon. We have a whole slew all day tomorrow. It's almost 10 or 11 hours of broadcast from 2 rinks tomorrow. And we got 4 games on Sunday to round out the weekend. So it'll be a great, great weekend. I'll be here with you all weekend along with my colleagues that we talked about earlier. Thank you to all of our production team throughout the entire weekend. We would not be able to put on this YouTube broadcast without the expertise of all of our people that have stepped up here to bring the production to you throughout the weekend. We're going to run 20-minute periods here. Looks like they're just about ready for face-off. RNS in the white, which means they are the home team. And your Northwood in the black. And face-off commences. RNS takes control of the puck in their own end. Right through the blue line. Puck intercepted, but right back to RNS once again. Trying to get it up and out of the zone, which they do all the way down to the other end. Puck controlled by. Everybody's off sides here, and it's going to be blown dead as Northwood was offsides. The puck stalled just before the blue line. Causes it to come out of the zone for the faceoff. And faceoff won by RNS after a little scuffle. And Northwood controls the puck in the neutral zone one more time. Northwood's Sophie Denzeris tries to shoot it up and shot right back down into the zone by RNS. Pretty good first few minutes of the game here. And Northwood up to far boards, cross ice pass, and a shot by number 37. Little wide. And puck controlled once again by RNS out of the zone, shot right back into the zone. Nice little body check there. Outside of the zone. Refs letting the kids play. And out of the zone. A penalty is going to be called for tripping. Tripping called on Northwood's number 37. Sarah Martin into the box for 2 minutes for tripping. It's going to be an RNS power play deep in the Northwood zone. Face-off won by Northwood. Shot around the back boards and up to the top of. Back down again. One more time behind the net. Nice little scuffle. Picked up by Kate Elbrecht and brought out of the zone. Shot all the way down and loaded up again with RNS trying to get the cycle going one more time. Cross ice pass to number 96, Petra Kilemis. Controlling the puck all the way around. Cross ice pass 17 as Marissa Dawson shoots it in deep. And Northwood picks it back up one more time. We are off. And the zone is clear one more time, which gives them a round to shoot that puck all the way down. Back into the RNS zone, but they pick it right back up. Come through neutral, and boy, they're letting them play. I thought that was going to be a tripping penalty right there, but the play continues as we're looking at 52 seconds left in the RNS power play. Back down around the net is RNS trying to control the puck, bringing it out through their own zone, up past the blue line into the neutral zone and dumped deep into Northwood as they run it around the boards, and Northwood controls through neutral zone. Number 20, Lorelei LaChapel. It's a shot on cue. A nice stop made by RNS goalie. Good defensive play right there in their own zone with Northwood. 22 picking up the puck. Laura Dyke bringing it up through the neutral zone and into RNS's territory. Trying to control the puck on the far boards as she does. Dumps it back in and around where RNS will pick up the puck. Try to get it out of the zone and intercepted once again by Northwood. Another great save. Autumn Kelly trying to slam the puck in there, and that goalie for RNS is just smothering up that with no problem whatsoever. So a great first 4 minutes of the game here is the face-off. Once again in the RNS zone. Controlled by RNS, rifled up through the boards, but not out of the zone. Zone kept by Northwood, but a fight for the puck at the top of the blue line and dumped back in for Northwood. And RNS down through center and taken away once again by Eliza Quackenbush. 2025 grad, she is committed to LIU this next year. And deep down in the zone, RNS trying to get it out, which they do. And Northwood covers into the neutral zone. They call offsides. I'm not sure that puck went over that blue line, but Northwood does clear the zone to maintain. Dumped back deep in the RNS zone again, handled by Hayashio Chuen for RNS, the goalie. And mishandled at the blue line all the way down back into the Northwood zone. Northwood up into the zone one more time. A little trickle shot put on net from Northwood. RNS trying to clear the zone, which they do. Back up into neutral across the blue line is number 7, Megan Holmes. Holmes dumps it around behind the blue line, fight for the puck. Zone kept and dumped right back in. Deep into the Northwood zone. Northwood clears, and RNS regains the puck. Emily McGuinn. And shot back in, and covered up by Northwood goal to freeze the puck and get a face-off in the Northwood zone. Puck controlled by RNS. Shot out front. Oh, caught up in traffic, and Northwood takes control through neutral. Dumped in by number 25, Taylor Stahl. Rounding the far boards, controlled by RNS again, trying to clear the zone. They're having a hard time doing that against Northwood today, as Penelope St. Pierre had the puck. And RNS controls and caught up once again by a Northwood player. And they finally clear the zone and dump it back in. It's brought right back to neutral immediately. Hillary Winken with the shot. Nice save. Up through the neutral zone, sitting right on the blue line was Hillary Wilkin. Nice job, fight for the puck back behind the goal, up to the near boards and around the zone. Zone is clear by RNS. RNS with a huge head of steam from Grace Kennedy. Steered away in traffic. A cross ice pass, dumped down deep into the Northwood zone. Fight for the puck on the far boards, picked up by number 96, Penelope St. Pierre, up through neutral zone. RNS, nice job getting back. Defensive play. And trying to set up the cycle as RNS up through neutral zone. And right back into the zone is Northwood. Northwood comes down, puck, and it could be, no, nice job with Northwood up through, once again, dumping it deep. Northwood controlling a majority of the game, but I'll tell you what, with 8 minutes gone, it is a tight game, and both teams are playing fantastic here in 8 o'clock a.m. hour of day number 1. Shot by number 19, Taeyeon Kim, blocked up in traffic, but the zone is kept from Northwood. Kush Tish up here in the broadcast booth with us. He's got some games coming up later as his team is going to take the ice a little bit later today. Northwood coming up. Northwood shot covered up by Schoen. And with a stop and play, it's a face-off in the RNS zone. How are you, buddy? Good. How are you? Good? Yeah. Thank you.
You too. I'll be around.
All right. Puck down deep in the RNS zone. And covered up again. Oh, Northwood out front and completely misses the puck. That would have been almost a definite goal right there. As I don't think Schoen even knew that Northwood is out front. Some fancy stick handling from RNS down in the Northwood zone, but no shot on net. Puck picked up by Northwood and tipped over, so back into the neutral zone. A fight for the puck, and Northwood takes control in their own zone to try to cycle the puck up through neutral and into the RNS zone, which they do around the far boards, handled by Schoen. Puck picked up by RNS, dumped in by Chanel Owett, and back up to neutral. Mishandling a puck right there lets RNS take control, and down to Northwood zone by number 10, Sophie Orcourt. One, two. We're on now. All right. Some reason we're having some audio technical difficulties, but we are on now, so I apologize. I've been talking to absolutely nobody for I don't know how long, but that'll work. All right. Northwood scored. The power play goal for Northwood, which clears the penalty benches. I talked about Northwood taking control on the power play, and that's exactly what happened. They have a whole slew of players that are committed with a great group of quality players on this team. Not quite sure. I couldn't tell who scored from up here in the press box, and our video board is not working on the rink, so I apologize about that. RNS taking control, and Northwood up through the zone. Northwood up 1-0 with 7:53 to go in the first period. And trying to get down through there, and Northwood picks it up once again through center ice, and RNS shoots it right back down into the zone. And a stoppage in play. As Northwood covers up, it will be a face-off in the Northwood zone. Trying to read that jersey correctly, and I believe that's 33 Casey Clausen that's in net. If I can see that correctly, I believe it is. Both goalies doing a fantastic job. RNS takes the puck, dumps it down, but Northwood comes right back through the zone one more time, picked up by number 15, Emily McGowan, and dumped back down behind the net one more time, rifled across the far side boards and trying to clear the zone, which they do. Nice pass up to Petra Clemis, who keeps the puck. And it's going to be a Northwood penalty for holding. Or hooking. He called two. I don't know which one it's going to be. He called holding, then he called hooking. We're going to call it hooking. Oh, there's two penalties. Okay. Northwood number 13, Kenna Gillis, is going to be for holding, and number 96, Petra Clemis, is going to be for hooking. Coincidental minor penalties, which means they will come out of the box. First whistle at 4:46. Coincidental minor penalties. Face-off happening in the Northwood zone, controlled by RNS. Along the blue line, dumped around the far side boards and down back behind. And near side boards handled by number 8, Carell Daigle. Dumps it down in. Northwood control. Zone kept by RNS. Doing a nice job on the top of the blue. Trying to keep the zone. Beautiful job by RNS, fighting hard for that puck. And it's dumped along the near side boards and back down as the fight for the puck continues. Looks like it's finally controlled by Northwood up through center ice and across ice, and a centering pass. Nobody there for Northwood. And zone kept by Northwood. Redirection, not able to make it on net, but a centering pass caught up in skates and sticks, not able to get a shot on goal. And a stoppage in play. Hooking is going to be the penalty. It's going to be a 4-on-3 for Northwood. So another power play for 2 minutes with 59 seconds left on the coincidental minor penalties. Penalty is going to be called on number 14, Emily Somerville. She gets 2 minutes for hooking. So it's another Northwood power play. 3-on-4. Actually, they're 4-on-5 because coincidental minor penalties. So it is another 2-minute power play for Northwood. Northwood controls the puck along the far side boards. Bounce pass. Trying to get it to center, but not able to make it. But up along the blue line. Nice sharp passes for Northwood, trying to work that puck and cycle it down deep into the zone, trying to get somebody out front. Oh, look at that. Somebody, nice save by Schoen. And RNS out to center ice one more time, it's going to be an offsides call. So face-off is coming outside of the blue line. RNS just a tad bit offside by about a skate. 27 seconds left on those coincidental minor penalties. And it will be a 5-on-4 again for another, minute. So another chance for Northwood to get another goal on a power play. That's how they got their first one here this morning. I keep wanting to say afternoon. There's not many times I am on a call at 8 a.m. on a Friday. Very rare. Shot on goal. A nice save by Schoen. Down back behind. Tell you what, RNS doing a really nice job on the power play this cycle. Trying to get blocking pucks, getting in the way, forcing some mishandling on Northwood. So they're doing a really nice job on the power play. As the coincidental minor penalties have expired, shot on goal right there. 40 seconds left on the hooking penalty on Emily Somerville. Shot on goal, and we're going to have a penalty for interference. Interference is the call on the ice. I believe it's going to be a Northwood penalty. It is. Interference is going to be called, so it's going to negate that power play. And Northwood, Penelope St. Pierre gets the 2-minute rest time for Northwood on an interference call. So it's 4-on-4 for 31 seconds. Then RNS will have a shortened power play coming up for just about a minute and a half. See if they can equal it up with 4:07 remaining in the first period. Some tough D up there on the blue. Oh, is it going to make it out of the zone? It does. Lucky break for RNS. Northwood shot from the center by number 4, I believe. No, I was wrong. Number 14, Kate Elbrecht. Once again, centering pass broken up by RNS. And RNS is now on the power play. RNS trying to even things up in the first period. Out to the blue line. And nice stick, but still maintains the zone, does RNS. Over along the far corner. And out of the zone, Northwood clears, and it goes all the way down. 43 seconds left on the RNS power play. Trying to regroup, get things situated one more time. Bring it down to the full head of steam. Northwood doing a nice job on a little bit of a forecheck. Breaking some things up and making RNS make some decisions on a power play there. Top of the blue line pass down to the far side boards. Top of the blue line once again, trying to cycle that puck down deep into the Northwood zone. Trying to work it down, centering off the stick, and Northwood is going to clear all the way down, which negates that penalty. Both teams are back to full strength with 2:10 remaining in the first period of play. Northwood maintaining the zone, and cross-ice pass, and off the blocker pad of Schoen. I'm not even sure if Schoen even knew that puck was there. Just happened to get her pad up and in the right place. 1:50 remaining in the first period. Pressure by Northwood. Taeyeon Kim with the puck. Across and centering pass. A shot. Oh, and it is a goal once again by number 96, Penelope St. Pierre. Northwood goes up 2-0 with 1:36 remaining in the second period. Face off, controlled by Northwood. And up through neutral, down into the RNS zone. Around the far side boards and picked up, zone kept. And zone cleared by RNS. Back into neutral ice. Northwood takes control. Cross-ice pass. Nice defensive block. And RNS controls and tries to clear the zone, which they don't. Obfuscate, dangerous place for that puck to be with 1 minute remaining in the first period of play. Puck controlled by number 18 in Northwood. Shot. Autumn Kelly saved by Schoen. Nice glove save. You know, believe it or not, Schoen doing a very nice job in between the pipes in the first period. Northwood just doing a lot of pressure in the RNS zone, and Schoen doing all that she can. But doing a very nice job, even though the 2-0 score in Northwood. It very well could have been many times much wider of a gap here, but doing a nice job in between those pipes. So hopefully she doesn't feel too bad and not too hard on herself as the first period is about to come to a close with 10 seconds remaining. Northwood up 2-0 against RNS. And that will conclude the first period of play. Northwood out of Lake Placid, New York 2, and the RNS out of Canada 0. We get a 1-minute break in between periods 2 and 3, then we will resurface after 2. That's how we're going to do it here throughout the weekend's festivities, both here and over at the Ritter Arena. Both arenas host, right here, the 3M Mariucci Arena hosts the Gopher men's, the Minnesota Gophers men's hockey team, and the Ritter Arena right next door hosts the 3M Gopher women's hockey team. What's really cool about this facility is it may be across the street, but there's an underground tunnel here to get to both arenas, which is really nice for us when we got to run back and forth to arenas. And this facility is amazing. A huge thank you goes out to the University of Minnesota Golden Gopher hockey programs, as well as the University Regents and Board of Deans for allowing us to have a beautiful 2-rink facility to have this Junior Women's Hockey League festivity each and every year here at the University of Minnesota. Looks like we're about ready to start period number 2 after a quick 1-minute break. We got arena music this year. We got time. It's a lively crowd here. All right, second period face-off. Controlled by Northwood as the goalies switch ends. Northwood, off the pipe. That was a rifle. The iron helping RNS there. Fight for the puck along the near boards. And Northwood shot. And puck controlled. Broken up by RNS, but still maintained in the zone by Northwood. Northwood across, pass off the blocker. Save for Schoen. RNS controls the puck up through the neutral zone and dumped deep into Northwood zone, where Northwood picks it up and immediately cycles once again back up through the neutral zone and dumped into the RNS zone along the near boards. And RNS clears to neutral ice. Dumped deep, but off target. Schoen stops it with her stick to try to control it. RNS cross ice pass. It's a 2-on-2. And the shot way off cue, but at least they're putting some pucks on the net and trying. You never know what's going to happen in hockey unless you shoot a puck. Puck covered up by Schoen, face off in the RNS zone. Once again, a Northwood hockey program out of Lake Placid, New York, head coached by Trevor Gilligan, and RNS out of New Brunswick, Canada, head coached by Jordan DeLong. You have 2 players on the RNS squad that are committed to college, and that's number 1, Emily Connell. Is going to go to Wilkes University, And number 6, Emily Thomas, she's going to go to UNB. They're both seniors this year. RNS controls the puck and a shot on net. Nice stop by number 33, Casey Clausen. Fight for the puck along the near boards. And centered, but picked up by Northwood and out of the zone. Oh, nice pass, but just off the mark for Northwood. Once again, the puck along the far side boards brought out of the zone, but stolen away by Northwood and turned right back around back into the zone, and a cover up by Schoen for a face-off once again in the RNS zone. All right, face-off won by Northwood, and a shot blocked out front. Picked up by RNS, shot around the near boards and kept in the zone by Northwood. Northwood having all the time in the world down in the zone and trying to send that puck, but picked up by RNS. Around the back of the net and back around, playing back and forth hockey, trying to get the puck to cycle, which they do. Nice little stick handling and puck pass right there for RNS, trying to maintain positive pressure down into the Northwood zone. Northwood is all over RNS early on as 3.5 minutes have gone by in the second period of play. Northwood now maintaining control of the puck. Picked up center ice by RNS and dumped in to Northwood. Puck handled by RNS along the nearest boards, trying to get it deep down for a shot. Centering pass, but Northwood keeps breaking up the pass, and the zone is kept by RNS. Nice hustle by number 9, Shane Borgon. And centering pass picked up by Northwood. Nobody there to take control. Looks like part of a broken stick down on the ice. The referee's going to pick that up and clear. Yeah, I don't think that's a stick. That's like a socker or something. It was flimsy. It definitely wasn't a stick. Northwood picking up the puck down to their own zone up through neutral ice and dumped in to RNS with a soft pass. Picked up once again by RNS, clearing the zone up through neutral. But Northwood right back to cover up that puck and immediately cycle it, which if they make it fast, they can get a centering pass with nobody there. The skater trailing behind, not able to make the time up to the near boards. And out to neutral. A missed handling by RNS leads to a scoring opportunity and a nice save by Schoen. A point-blank shot out front by Northwood. Excuse my cough here. Minnesota crud's going around. Cold hockey rinks for 3 days. Do wonders for it. But we're here with you. We're happy to be here once again this year. My honor to be back one more time as a puck into the blue line and kept in by Northwood. The refs are letting the girls play here a little bit between the first and second period, so that's great. Just a few penalties called. And centering pass broken up by RNS. Nice defensive play. Out to the top of the blue line, a cross ice pass to the near side, and a shot by number 91, Emily Malloway, with a rebound and a fight for the puck out front. Is eventually smothered up by the goalie, Chion. with a face-off happening in the RNS zone once again. And handled by Northwood. Just about 6.5 minutes gone in the period number 2. 13:30 remaining. Near boards. Northwood up 2-0. A nice save off the chest protector for Chowan. Northwood continues to maintain the puck and cycling it down and around, trying to get the puck out front for a shot. Broken up defensively by the RNS team. And it's another goal for Northwood. I believe that was tipped. It was shot by number 91, Emily Malloy, but I believe the goal goes to number 5, Anna Monette is going to get credit for that goal. Northwood goes up 3-0 halfway through the second period of play. And Northwood controls the faceoff, dumped right back down into the RNS zone. And RNS trying to clear the zone, which they barely do, but then the puck immediately taken up by Northwood. RNS dumps it down into the Northwood zone. Northwood picks it up to near boards and out of the zone across central ice. And once again, down to RNS, trying to get a centering pass, broken up defensively by RNS and out of the zone. Northwood cycling it back down around. Nice forecheck by Petra Clemis in the zone. And a little bit off the mark was the pass out front. Nicely covered up by RNS. And RNS controls the puck in their own zone, trying to clear it, which they are not able to do. Now it is cleared and shot right back in as Northwood has to clear the zone to reset. It gives RNS a chance to come out of their own zone and rifle it across ice, deep down into Northwood ice. Northwood picks it up one more time. Problems with stick handling down there, but they are eventually able to clear. And into the RNS zone, which RNS loses the puck, and it essentially gives a shot on net for Northwood, even though that was easily covered up by Schoen. But it will bring the face-off back down to the RNS zone once again on the far side of the ice. Oh, shot. That was blocked. It looked like maybe blocked by her own player, number 37, Sarah Martin. It looks like that stung her a little bit, but she's back up and skating. I know those pucks can hurt. I've taken a few to the ankle and to the legs. It does not make yourself feel any better, especially with it happening the first game of a 3-day weekend. She's going to have a long weekend if she keeps blocking shots like that. Northwood out of the zone, up through central ice, back down to the RNS side, and a shot put on by number 14, Kate Elbrecht, and a shot once again and goal. Northwood goes up 4-0. Looks like the goal is going to be credited to number 14, Kate Elbrecht. Kate Elbrecht with the goal as Northwood goes up 4-0 with 10:28 left in the second period. We're just about halfway through the second period. We haven't had a chance to talk about the commitments of Northwood, but they've got a whole slew of them. Number 8, Sophie Denzeris, is going to go to the UVM along with number 10, Hillary Wilkin, which has had some ice time today. Number 9, Aubrey Hulbert's going to go to Castleton State with 11. Eliza Quackenbush going to LIU. All over the place. And what a great team and great group of girls is this Northwood team is, with a lot of commitments. We'll get through the rest of them here in between the next period and a half as we have time. But RNS brings the puck up through center ice and dumps it deep down into the Northwood zone. Puck rolls all the way around to the near boards, and Northwood reversing play, shooting it out, clearing the zone. Picked up by number 14, but Emily Somerville brings it into the zone too early. It's offsides. The face-off will come outside of the blue line. For Northwood, number 19, Taeyeon Kim. She's going to go to St. Lawrence with number 20, Lorelei LaChapelle. She's committed to Boston University, and 22, Laura Dyke, to RIT. Across the boards, Boston University is one of the teams that the Minnesota Golden Gophers play here, so she'll be coming back in college playing at the arena, as she played with the Junior Women's Hockey League, so that'll be fun for her. RNS brings it up through neutral as Northwood takes it away into their own zone, but picked up again by RNS. And Northwood trying to clear it, but it's bouncing off skates. Puts it right on the puck, and number 96, Petra Klimas, but unable to get a shot off, as defensively Northwood doing a very nice job. And it's a long shot from the blue line. Easily covered up by Clausen. Not a whole lot of shots on goal for Clausen in this game so far. Been a pretty simple morning for her through the first 1.5 periods. RNS coming back through the zone one more time. Centering pass just a little bit wide, and Northwood picks it up with clear ice. No defenders, and a huge save. Nice job by Schoen. Huge save for that young lady, and a save one more time. Play is stopped, and face-off will incur on the near side of the boards down in the RNS zone. And face-off won by Northwood. Cross-ice pass, trying to center. Deflected off to the side around the far boards. Picked up by Northwood. Circling around the goal and out toward the near boards. To the top of the blue line and shot back down in. Deflected wide by number 20, Lorelei LaChapelle. RNS has the puck, trying to clear the zone. They cannot do. Northwood, centering past Northwood. And, of course, number 10, Hillary Wilkin, all wound up in front of that net. Not able to get a shot off. 7:10 remaining in the second period of play. After the second period, we're going to give you a little bit of a break as they're going to resurface the ice. Allow us to get some water and maybe some breakfast snacks up here, huh? That sounds good. Remind us to bring our Caribou coffee tomorrow morning when we start at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow we've got 2 rinks going pretty much all day. 8 and 10 and 12, 2. So we're going to be right here at 3M by Mariucci, and I will be over at Ritter Arena all day covering the festivities over there across the street. You'll have Mike Cook and Mike Pedden on the call here at 3M tomorrow. I'll be on the call all day over at Ritter, and it's going to be offsides. The puck passes the blue line. We may even give you a chance to hear Mike Pedden maybe later in this game or next game if he wants to do some switcheroo and get some freshness on the voice here, but we'll see what we're going to do. Face-off ensued, and puck fought for, dumped down deep into the Northwood zone, picked up by Northwood. Cycled out, tipped into the zone of RNS. Northwood able to keep the zone and apply the pressure. Nice job circling that net, all around the net and along the near boards. Kept it at the blue line. And now RNS able to clear the zone, but Northwood coming right back in. I thought, yeah, that was offside. That was a delayed offsides call. I could have swore they were offsides. Took them a while. Little backstories on our commentators and play-by-play here this weekend. Mike Pedden, a longtime friend from NTSN. He does all sorts of play-by-play over there, mainly for basketball, but he's got some hockey and football stuff going on in here, so we're happy to bring him into the Junior Women's Hockey League family. And Mike Cook, he does ETV for the Egan Wildcat hockey teams, boys and girls hockey, so he'll be joining you tomorrow as well. I've known that man for about 20 years, so we have some great commentators and some crew here for you this weekend, which I'm sure you're going to be very happy with. Fight for the puck along the blue line. It is outside of the zone, but brought in. It looks like everybody is on sides, but immediately shot back out into neutral. Northwood must clear the zone and cycle back in. Gives RNS just a little bit of a breather to try to figure out what they're going to do, which they still can't clear the zone. Northwood playing a great job in forechecking. But the zone is finally cleared, but immediately turned right back around again. And Northwood controls in the RNS zone. Showing with a save, and Northwood with the rebound and goal. It's 5-0 Northwood. Let's see, that goal credited to number 32. And I don't have her on my roster, so I apologize for that. Must have been a late addition, but 32 with the goal. Oh, there you go. No, Lily Pratt. I'm sorry. Numbers are just out of order there because they have the goalies down. Lily Pratt with the goal. She's a junior this year. 5-0 with 4:13 left in the second period. And Clausen covers up. It's going to technically be considered a shot on goal for RNS. Face-off on along the near boards in the Northwood zone. And puck brought down to the blue line, centered back in along the near side boards into the corner, wrapped all the way around, controlled by RNS. Northwood number 22, Laura Dyke. We've called her name a couple times today. She's going to go to RIT with number 25, Taylor Stoll, to SUNY Canton. And number 28, Megan Crowley, a senior, going to St. Lawrence. Northwood dumps it down into the RNS zone. All these teams played in Canton about a month ago or so, I think. Had a great 3-day tournament there. Makes their way to Minneapolis, and then they have the championships coming up in March. That's going to be a great weekend of hockey there, trying to figure out who's going to be the overall season champion. Naha White was the champions last year, and they are leading it again this year. That's a hard team to beat. They've always been a great team for the junior women's hockey. Number 63 in Northwood, Georgia Gillis. She's going to go to SUNY in Canton as well. Number 91, Emily Mallory. We've called her name a few times today. Defenseman going to Holy Cross. Number 34, Ocean Southwold Michael is going to go to RIT. And the goalie that's playing between the pipes tonight, number 33, Casey Clausen, is going to go to Quinnipiac. Those are all the commitments for Northwood. They have got a ton of them, and what a great team this is. Puck controlled by Northwood, dumped into the neutral zone and down into the RNS side of the ice. 2:11 left to play in the second period. And puck brought out and dumped down to the Northwood zone by RNS's number 17, Marissa Dawson. She's a junior. And near boards, puck controlled once again by Northwood, trying to clear the zone, which they're able to do. A fight for it in the neutral zone and brought back down into the offensive zone for RNS. They got a 3-on-2 happening and a wide shot not on net with 1:25 in the second period. RNS controls the puck up through neutral ice and dumped into the Northwood zone. Northwood immediately picks it back up into neutral ice. Intercepted by RNS. Cycles back through. Carries the puck into RNS zone. Working hard back behind the net. Number 96, Petra Clemis. And unable to make anything happen. Cleared all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. 50 seconds remaining. Neutral ice and intercepted by Northwood. Northwood up to the zone. Number 14 taken down, Kate Elbrecht. But puck still controlled by Northwood. Nice job at the top of the zone. And a save by Schoen. That's two of them gobbled up. The rebound as well. That's two saves for her. Face-off happening near boards in the RNS zone. 21.6 seconds left in the second period of play. Fight for the puck off the face-off. And zone cleared by RNS. Nice pass, center ice, trying to bring it up. And wide on the shot. That is going to conclude the second period of play here in Minneapolis as the first game of the weekend. Our 8 o'clock game between Northwood and RNS draws to a second period conclusion. They're going to resurface the ice, and we'll be right back with you with period number 3 right here from 3M Arena at Mariucci.
So far, so good. Now I told Ashley the centering column ball is a little wonky, so I have to work it a little bit to keep it balanced there. But ice. It worked, even if like I'm listening to you, but I'm also working in the shop. Like, I don't know what you're doing, so
So I'm usually up here. I only do play-by-play for this.
Okay.
I want to get into it, but I don't know who to. That was my schedule.
I'm in a similar boat, like with my team. It's with my play-by-play work, it's a little trickier to fit in for PA assignments because they all correlate, they overlap with others. So I do these, and then I do still watch softball.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Funny story there. I ended up replacing the guy who was the announcer for Hill Murray and Roseville hockey.
Oh, wow.
No, there's just a lot of crossover.
All right. Said you're doing a great job with it.
So is it like a JWHL thing? Because you go to some of the like the past tournaments and champions. So is there a
It's on your website.
Okay.
Junior Women's Hockey League.
So I'm doing play-by-play, so I might bring my laptop.
Yep. And I have mine too. It's not.
That's right. There was another commentator who was like, yeah. I tried to emulate, like, what? What I can use, what?
All right, well, we're back. RNS coming to the ice along with Northwood. We ran through all of the folks that are committed, and that's almost about 75% of Northwood's team is committed, and only 2 on RNS. Excuse me for a minute. All right, so they're skating around, warming up. That's their place. We got 20 minutes left. We do have a runtime rule in the third period. If there's a 6-goal deficit, we will be doing runtime. So that might possibly happen in this game. Our next game, Pacific Steelers out of Vancouver, Canada, against Mount Academy, I believe, if I'm correct. Both Canadian teams. Looks like the face-off just about ready to happen. And Northwood and RNS begin the third period of play. RNS taking control back around behind the net and trying to clear the zone, which they can't. Northwood keeps it in. Nice centering pass. Northwood's number 96, Penelope P. St. Pierre, right there for the redirection, just a little bit wide. Well, glove save by number 30. Once again, showing in net. And RNS is able to clear the zone into neutral ice. Northwood around the far side of the boards and up through center ice. And RNS takes control of the puck. Turned over once again. It's a lot of play in neutral ice there to begin the third period. And Northwood up. Centering pass to number 20, Lola Chapel, just off the mark. RNS picks up the puck down through neutral zone and into Northwood. Shot just wide. But RNS maintains control up toward the blue line. Shot right back down. Redirection try. Goes wide as well. RNS putting some pressure on Northwood early on in the third period. And out of the zone as the bouncing puck hops over the stick. But RNS dumps it right back in. Puck brought up by Northwood, and Northwood carries out of the zone through neutral ice and into RNS zone, trying to center, and shot is a little wide, but control maintained from Northwood down near board corner, up toward the blue line, and shot back in. That is blocked out front, and puck brought through neutral ice. Northwood trying to board bounce a pass and is broken up by RNS and shot back down, but now Northwood comes right back up through and brings the puck down through the zone of RNS. RNS carries right back out through neutral ice. Nice pass and a shot just wide. Fight for the puck down toward the near corner. And RNS able to keep the zone. And number 22, Gracie Kennedy, with a nice shot and a cover-up by Clausen. It's a shot on goal and a face-off on the far side boards in the Northwood zone. Face-off won by Northwood. Fight for the puck along the near corner and out to the blue line. RNS able to keep the zone. Being hounded quite heavily by the Northwood team out front. Nice job with deflections and defensive plays throughout the entire game so far. 3.5 gone out of the third period of play. It's still 5-0 Northwood. Northwood able to get it out of the zone, but it's shot right back in. RNS coming out with a whole new game plan here in the third period so far, and it seems to be working pretty good. Zone cleared, but RNS, everybody get back on side. There you go. Nice work. And RNS able to clear the zone, but Northwood clearing out through neutral ice and into RNS zone. RNS is number 10, Sophie Orcourt. Able to keep the puck controlled with playing it with her glove and dropping it to the ice. RNS trying to get it out of the zone along the near wall, which they do. 17, Marissa Dawson with a shot and a block. Not able to put it on net, but at least it's worth a try for her. And Northwood into the RNS zone one more time. A race to the puck along the far side wall. Won by RNS. RNS down through neutral ice and trying to access Northwood zone, which they do one more time. Trying to set up centering pass, but nobody there. Oh, little wide, but on net, so it will not be an icing. Smothered up, so it will be a face-off in the RNS zone. Covered up by Schoen. Face-off won by Northwood, but puck intercepted by RNS and shot down into the Northwood zone. RNS player losing her footing, loses the puck and turns it right back over to Northwood. Northwood tries to center and Schoen scoops it up. It is a face-off in the RNS zone near wall. Face-off won by RNS along the far side wall, picked up by Northwood. being hounded by RNS, trying to clear their zone, which they're able to do. It could be a 2-on-1, but Northwood back rapidly to help negate that opportunity, but RNS trying to cycle through to the front, picked off by Northwood. RNS shoots it right back in. Zone, no icing. The call on the ice. Neutral zone play of the puck one more time, controlled by Northwood. Down into the RNS zone. Shot around the far side boards and out of the zone. Forechecking nicely by the Northwood. And some play down in the Northwood zone. RNS trying to get things situated, get things rocking and rolling. Oh, a tip attempt by number 22. Gracie Kennedy misses her stick. Shot goes wide. Controlled at the blue zone, blocked, but controlled and kept in zone. Ouch, that hurt. I think she got it. We're going to have play stoppage down on the ice. It looks like she took a puck right to the head area. Thank goodness for helmet. She's going to skate over to her bench and try to get some things going on, maybe get looked at. She went down. I heard that puck go right off of her helmet all the way up here above the concourse. That was a hard shot. I'm glad to see that she is skating away on her own power. A face-off in the Northwood zone on the far side of the rink. Fight for the puck in the zone, and Northwood able to clear. Bounce it off the wall, but RNS nicely back on defense. RNS playing a hard hockey game here in the third period. Doing a nice job controlling Northwood for the most part. Northwood shoots it deep down into the RNS zone. Nice little tip to clear the zone and all the way down to the Northwood side of the ice once again. RNS trying to maintain the zone, which they do for the meantime, but it's not going to last as the zone is cleared and puck put back through neutral ice. They say no icing. It was tipped, so play is going to continue down in the Northwood zone. 12 minutes remaining, 8 minutes gone in the third period of play. Along the near boards, fight for the puck. RNS takes it, not able to clear the zone. Nice forechecking by Northwood. Having a really hard time getting the zone clear. And actually Northwood able to get a shot off. Number 32, Lily Pratt. Now it looks like they're going to be able to clear the zone and try to move the puck up toward. And it is a shot from Rothie's number 96, Petra Clemis. It will be a face-off in the Northwood zone along the near boards. Face-off won by Northwood. It's a race for the puck. And picked up by RNS. RNS trying to clear the zone, which they're not able to do. Northwood playing tough hockey along the top of that blue line, but now able to clear down through neutral. And nice puck handling and passing from Northwood all game long. Brought back down deep into the RNS zone, picked up by RNS. He's going to try to clear the zone along the near boards. Cross ice pass off the mark, but cleared the zone. Puck controlled by Northwood. Northwood able to clear and up through neutral ice, trying to do a nifty little slide around, but broken up by RNS's number 9, Shane Borgon. That puck just laying out front, waiting for somebody to grab it. Northwood has control near wall. Up to the blue line, trying to cycle back down deep through. A lot of defensive play and a lot of traffic in front of the net. Trying to center and broken up by RNS. But right out front, it's going to be 6-0 as nobody saw her out front of the blue line. And another goal for Northwood. Right at the 10-minute mark, halfway through. And it's going to be number 26 of Northwood, Riley Griffiths, with the goal for Northwood. RNS with the face-off win. Northwood controls the puck up through neutral ice and tipped down deep into RNS's territory. RNS trying to clear the zone, but Northwood not letting them do that too easily. Centering pass, nobody there, picked up by RNS. But RNS is being pressured by Northwood's number 22, Laura Dyke. And it goes all the way down the ice, picked up by Northwood to cycle back through and clear the zone into neutral ice. Puck picked up by RNS's number 96, Petra Klimas. And RNS is offsides. So they had to clear the zone reset, which gives Northwood an option and a chance. Nobody over there. Nice hustle, but it still clears the zone. So Northwood must regroup. 8:36 left in the second period, in the third period of play here in the first game of the Minneapolis weekend for the Junior Women's Hockey League. All right, puck into RNS zone, controlled by Northwood along the far side wall. Centering pass up to the top of the blue line and down. That's a save by Schoen. RNS trying to clear the zone, which they do. They're going to shoot it all the way down. And at least she's going to get a shot off with a blocker pad save, which rifles that puck all the way down to the RNS zone one more time. RNS trying to cycle through. Northwood playing hard on the forecheck. And it's paying off for him today. Fight for the puck down the RNS zone. RNS keeping the puck and not sure if it was shot or if that was blocked. But now Northwood controls it, bringing it down into their offensive zone. Puck pushed back through behind the goal and up to the near boards and trying to keep the zone. Unable to do it. Northwood must re-energize and reintegrate into the RNS zone. RNS plays up through neutral ice and shoots it to the far side of the ice, picked up by number 19, Isabel Brennan. Fight for the puck. Kept in on the blue line. Far side boards one more time. Fight for the puck. It may clear the zone, but RNS is putting one heck of a fight up. Trying to clear the puck and freeze the puck along that barbed wire wall, but able to squeak it out. And now Northwood has control. 6:30 remaining in the third period of play. And puck shot around. RNS clearing their zone up through neutral ice. Number 18, Rhea Culligan, doing a nice job of the stick handling duties. Being pressured by Northwood. Northwood is able to pick it back up and shoot it down through center ice. Centering pass. Oh, that's going to be a penalty on RNS. RNS is going to be called 2 minutes for hooking. So it will be a Northwood power play. Penalties called on number 15, Emily McGuigan. 2 minutes for hooking. Face-off in the RNS zone along the near wall. Run time 5:25 remaining. 5-on-4 for Northwood. Shot blocked in traffic. Up toward the blue line one more time, cycling the puck around. A tip opportunity for number 14, Kate Elbrecht. Falls just wide, but Northwood maintains control. And number 37, Sarah Martin, puts a shot on net, saved by Schoen. Another face-off, RNS zone, near wall. 1:18 left on the penalty. Face-off again won by Northwood. Northwood cycles that puck back up to the blue line. Shot blocked. But Northwood maintains control. Around the back of the net. Up to the far side wall. Cross-ice pass. Back to center. On the blue and a shot saved by Schoen. Picked up again by Northwood. Another glove save by Schoen. Nice showing right there for the RMS goalie. 43 seconds left and another face-off in the near circle. Face-off won by Northwood. Northwood deep down behind the net, circling to the far side. Oh, a nice pass. Meant for number 96, Penelope St. Pierre, just off the mark. But still maintained control by Northwood. 7 seconds left on the penalty. Nice save and a rebound. They're trying to get another power play penalty, which is not going to happen. The penalty has expired, and both teams are now back to full strength. But I'll tell you what, RMS needs a break. They need to clear the zone, ice that puck, and get a breather. They have been worked over for 2 minutes during the power play of Northwood. They're doing anything they can to get their members off of the ice and get some fresh legs out there. They are out. They need to ice that puck. They're trying to do it, but Northwood doing a nice job. Northwood maintaining the zone one more time. Along the far side, centering pass, saved by Schoen. That means we're actually going to be able to get some fresh legs out on the ice for RNS with 2:30 remaining in the third period. Face-off controlled by RNS. Gaining control of the Northwood zone. Northwood right back out again after one shot on net. We're down to the last 2 minutes. RNS doing anything they can to try to get one on the board. But Northwood just doing a fantastic job all game long with a forecheck and the puck control. Dump deep down in the RNS zone one more time. RNS clears the zone up through neutral and maintains the zone pressure. Number 4, Caroline Galliant, doing anything she can to try to get to that net. The puck is finally being cycled around into the blue zone. And it is a shot saved by number 33, Casey Clausen. It will be a face-off in the Northwood zone near wall. 1:10 remaining. Well, Northwood's going to get a penalty for tripping, it looks like. Number 13, Kenna Gillis, 2 minutes for tripping, which is going to end the game right here. on an RNS power play. But RNS able to clear the zone, shoot the puck all the way back down to the RNS zone. RNS picks up the puck. Full head of steam up through center ice. Gonna gain the blue line, and they say it's gonna be offsides. So the puck is gonna come outside of the blue line for an offsides call with 25 seconds remaining in the game. Puck shot down into the Northwood zone. Northwood taking a full head of steam down into the RNS zone, trying to get a centering pass broken up by RNS. And that is going to be the game. It is going to be your Northwood School, Lake Placid, New York 6, and the Rotheasy Netherwood School out of New Brunswick, Canada 0. That concludes your 8 o'clock game. We're going to get reset, and we're going to come right back to the YouTube channel in just a little bit for game number 2 of the Minneapolis Hockey Weekend. I'm going to go blow my